Hi guys, that right there is my 2024 Harley Davidson Road Glide. I'm going to tell you exactly what I did to the bike. Sound wise, it actually sounds pretty amazing. At the end of this, I'm going to attach a video where you can hear it and see me driving up and down the block, and it's really loud, really crisp. You can hear from a great distance, and just a clear sound in the system. To let you know that the bike is mostly DS18 products, my amps, the speakers, and stuff like that. When I first installed all this stuff, I just had regular, like, aluminum 4-gauge wire. I've been listening to Carlos Ramirez from NVS, and he's been going on and on about using oxygen-free copper. So I put all my old wires out, from the speaker wires, RCAs, and including my power source. There's a little difference. The clip light is a little less. I can turn it all the way up, and it just sounds good and crisp. What he was saying makes sense. To put out wattage, you need amperage, right? And so, it made sense to do it. I don't have a subwoofer right now. I'm gonna wait for the guys that Volunteer Audio to come out with the Hertz drop-in sub. I already got it wired up. I got the wire there, the quick disconnect. Everything is ready to go. Once I get the sub, or once they release them, I'm gonna get one and just drop it in the bag. But let me just go ahead and start with under the fairing. I got the fairing off right now. So do right there. So I have the Zen NavTV A2B. It's the one with the DPS. It comes with 4 channels. So I'm using, 8 channels, and I'm using all 8 of them, right? And so that's my, let me get a signal, and let's give you a relatively clean signal. It sounds better than a stock amp did, because I had some setup where I was using the like a line out converter from the stock, then went to like an active line out converter, 1 in and 2 out, and then I had splitters in the back for the amp. That was just way too much, splitting the signal. Here, each amp channel got their own designated, RCAs. So I got that. The only complaint I had with that, there's a little hissing noise. I actually just called them not too long ago. I talked to them on the phone. They said that if you take the wire, the ground wire from out here, and just plug it into where you have the amp at, that should take care of it. So I took the ground wire out here, plugged it into this relay. The power and ground from this relay goes straight to the battery, and I'll let you see that when I get down there. The only reason I have this relay, they say if you're running more than 1 amp, use a relay, because their remote on signal might not be strong enough to turn on 2 amps. So that's why I have the relay there. But the power and the ground for the relay coming straight to the battery, the remote coming straight from the remote turn on coming straight from the A to B, and then the signal to turn on from here goes straight to the amps. All right, so that's what I have right there. And I'll go ahead and show you what I have in my tour pack. So my tour pack is 2 DS18 amps. This is my ground with the little splitter. I had it right here, but because they have these little fins in there, it just kept getting loose. So I just stuck it right there. My distribution block. I know somebody's gonna say this. Well, he got 4-gauge coming in, and then 2 4-gauge going out to the different amps. When I did the little chart, and I just show you the little chart I had, right? This is chart they use for, like, amperage and all this stuff. It was enough, right? So it was enough. And that's just the way I chose to do it. But the first amp is this one. This is a DS18 G3600 4D. It's a 4-channel amp. It's more than 200 watts per channel RMS. And this amp right here is powering up my DS18 Pro CF8 Shadow mid bass. So that's the DS18 Pro CF8.45L. So those are my 8-inch right there. And they also powering up my DS18 Pro CF 6x9. These are the 6x9s that have the little weird magnet right there. They have the little weird magnet right there. This is I'm waiting for that drop-in sub already wired. This wire for my the mid sub already have signal, but it's just not connected to like a woofer right now. Here's this right here, the one that's under it. This is the 5-channel. It's a DS18 6400 5D 5-channel. I think it's like 130 RMS for the 4 upper channels, and then it's either like 300 or 600 depending on what ohms you get for the woofer. I'm gonna try to go with 2 ohms for the woofer so I can get more amperage and hopefully it play louder. But I'm gonna explain to the guys that on Volunteer Audio what how I have installed, and then let them make the suggestion on which one I should get, 2 ohms or 4 ohms if they have that option, right? But these right here, these speakers right here are the DS18 right here and right there. DS18 Pro ZT 6.5, right? They play pretty good. And then these right here are the DS18 EXL SQ 6.5 CX. Those are my components. I don't know if these were actually water resistant like the rest of them, so I sprayed a little light coat of silicone on them to try to get them to be a little more water resistant. I know there's the little foam thing I can put over the grill, but I'm gonna just be careful with it. So that's my audio system. Here's the install under the seat. This is my power, my ground, my power, the fuse. I got it right there, and that goes into a separate hole under the tour pack. These are my RCAs right here, my speaker wires, and this right here. These are the signals for my that come from the brake harness. I mean the light harness. Because what I did was I put like a little signal, a turn signal in my mirror. So these are just some. Let me see if I can zoom back. These are just some mirrors I got off of Amazon. They was actually for an ATV. They was relatively cheap. So what I did, I just kind of drilled the hole there and then drilled the hole on the other side through this under this little rubber boot, fished the wire through it, and just connected that. Then I just kind of sprayed that that paint, that brake, that tail light paint to kind of give it like a little black look. But basically that's what I have. That's my setup. It actually sounds really, 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 really good when I play it. Now let's just go back. Now that's under the fairing. That's my under the fairing thing. Yeah. So I'm gonna tell you what I did with this. This horn is gonna come with a bunch of speaker wires right there. You have 4 up there and 4 up there. I just open it up, take the little thing out, and depin all of speaker wires. I didn't want one of them to accidentally be grounding out on each other and stuff like that. Even though I don't know I think they go straight to like the other speaker wires that's from the bike. So I don't know if I had to do it, but I just did depend them, right? Then also, when I took the ground wire out of here, I just kind of stuck it in here because this is a signal from the bike that's thinking it's grounding the amp, right? So I didn't want it to be loose, so I just kind of put in the shrink wrap and just kind of shrinked it up because the bike actually think this is grounding the amp. But that's what the bike is thinking it's doing. So I didn't want it to accidentally touch anything and get a mixed signal and throw that little dummy code on the on the infotainment system. But the real ground wire, I just put another pin in there and just kind of stuck it right in there, pinned it up and just made this little boot and just stuck it on my relay. And I'm gonna just show you what you use to make these pins. And they're absolutely pretty easy. So these are the kinds that Harley use. These pins right here, these are the little connectors and stuff like that. There's 100 videos telling you how to do it. These are what I use for my quick disconnects for my saddlebag. They're a little larger, a little waterproof. And so with the speakers, I think I was running a 14 gauge, 16 gauge wire. So I needed them a little larger. And then for the that was for my good friend Chris. I did his he put a Hertz. Yeah, he put a Hertz amp in his fairing. And so I just made a little harness to connect to that speaker. The speaker wires on that amp. But it's in here. So for the woofer wire, which is a little thicker, I think this is 12 gauge. I have to buy another one. And so I have one right here and I have one of those right here. So I actually have to unplug 2 harnesses to take this off, but it's still plug and play. Just 2 quick harnesses and go out. And I just got another one right here, just in case I have to fix this to the woofer, and then put a quick disconnect so I can take the woofer out the bag without doing anything to the woofer itself. All right, guys. So that's what I have. You have any questions? Put in the comment. I'm gonna try to answer the questions I can try to answer. Also, the sound system for this, right? So I had this sound system in this car for I don't know how long, but again, listen to the guy from NVS. I had that aluminum wire. It was blue wire that I got probably from eBay or Amazon, but it's probably been in here for years, maybe 10, 15 years. So I took all that stuff out, went with oxygen-free copper. Same with the speaker wires and all that. And so this right here sounds pretty good, but I just wanted to show you that I went with the oxygen-free copper wire. So it actually sounds pretty good too. All right, guys.